Have you ever wondered why God feels hidden? Why he doesn't reveal himself in a way that feels immediate and undeniable? And yet Jesus gives us a promise that is filled with mystery. He who loves me will keep my commandments, and my Father will love him, and we will come to him and make our home with him. Do you see it? God's dwelling with us, his manifestation is tied directly to our response to his commandments. He's hidden himself within them, not to withhold himself, but to be found by those who seek him with love and trust ardently. Even in trial, this is true. The scriptures show us this pattern over and over again. Peter, in obedience to Jesus' word, casts his net once again, having been disappointed, and the result is that he experiences abundance. Paul, having been blinded on the road to Damascus, receives his sight when he surrenders to the command of Christ. And Stephen, faithful to the truth of God's word, even in persecution, sees the heavens open and the glory of God revealed to him. These stories, along with many others in the Bible, reveal to us that the hiddenness of God in his commands is not a barrier to his presence, but rather an invitation. His commandments are not just rules to follow, they're doorways to encounter him. Jesus makes it abundantly clear, he who loves me will obey my commandments, and I will manifest myself to him. The more we respond to him in love, the more of himself he reveals. But what are these commandments? At their core, they are simple yet profound. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, and mind, and love your neighbour as yourself. This love becomes tangible when we turn away from distractions, when we let go of material things, when we quiet our thoughts, and we enter into the stillness where he is hidden, waiting to be found. It's in this stillness, this surrender, that we realize a much deeper truth. We are the dwelling place of God. The prophet Zechariah declares, "Sing, rejoice, for behold, I come, and I will dwell in your midst." The Apostle Paul reminds us, "Do you not know that you are God's temple, and that God's Spirit dwells within you?" But for us to truly become this dwelling place, we must seek him. Jesus invites us to knock, to persist in prayer, and trust that the door will be opened. He warns us, strive to enter, for many will seek to enter and will not be able. Neglecting this pursuit, failing to respond to his call, risks the very purpose of our lives, namely union with him. The commandments are not burdens, but bridges. They teach us to love, to give, to let go of what binds us to this world. And in that letting go, our hearts are freed to become his dwelling place. A place where his love and presence can be known. Think about this. The creator of the universe desires to dwell in you. Not in a temple made of stone, but in the depths of your being. And he gives you the way to make this possible through love, through obedience and trust in his word. But how often do we overlook this? How often do we chase distractions, cling to material things, allow our thoughts to be consumed by everything but him? He's waiting in the stillness, in the quiet, in the obedience of the heart who loves him. Will we stop long enough to hear him knocking? So how do we respond? How do we become the dwelling place of God? 5 things. The first is keep his commandments. Not as rules, but as a love response. Love God with all your heart and love your neighbor as yourself. Second thing, abstain from what distracts. Let go of the things that pull your heart away from him, whether the material possessions or the noise of your own thoughts. Number 3, enter the stillness. Make time every day to come into the quiet, to pray, to hear his voice. Number 4, persist in seeking him. Knock with prayer and trust that he'll answer. His promise is sure. Seek and you will find. Knock and it will be open to you. And finally, number 5, hold fast to what he gives. Do not let distractions or negligence steal the grace or revelation that he's entrusted to you. Faithfulness to these things will open the door to his presence. It allows us to live as the dwelling place of God, to be filled with his love, to allow it to overflow into the world around us. The Lord has hidden himself in his commandments. He waits for us there, ready to reveal his love and to manifest his presence. Will you seek him? Will you allow your heart to become the dwelling place of God? Because when you do, when you love him, when you obey him, when you knock on the door with persistence, he will come. He will make his home with you. And you will know the joy of his presence, the beauty of his face, and the fullness of his glory. The hidden God is waiting to be found. Will you respond to his call today?